Using the right tactics and complemented by realistic ball physics, PES 2018 boasts an infinitely more rewarding overall sense of gameplay compared to its competition. But reviewing its rich gameplay can be a very complicated topic, full of rewarding tactical options, gripping action, and a frustratingly difficult new AI. In this part of the review, we will discuss attacking and defending mechanics of the game, all on Superstar difficulty. For starters, PES 2018 is already way more difficult than last year's game. Playing as arguably some of the best teams in the world, I get continuously hammered on Superstar difficulty, which is okay for the first month of playing. I don't expect to win the Premier League or La Liga on my first or even second attempt. But while the better keepers have played a decent part in this, blocking goals that would have sailed into the net last year with much improved recovery times, the increased difficulty is mostly down to smaller teams in the game playing insanely well given the quality of their players. A new feature in PES 2018 called Adaptive Artificial Intelligence was supposed to be this new exciting, realistic way the AI will adapt its attack to your plan. The problem is, I play with the same team using the same players, so I use the same tactics based on the attributes of my players. With adaptive AI, what happens in the actual game is that I keep facing replicant teams that end up using the same tactics to attack me, regardless of the attributes of its players. It does seem that a disproportionately large number of teams play with Barca's tiki-taka, which is fair of them to try, but teams shouldn't be able to pull it off without having the talent to sustain this style of play. I mean, look at Levante stringing impossibly accurate passes en route to scoring while my defense is struggling to figure out what just happened. Even small teams that employ Madrid's counterattack style can be utterly dominant in their offense. And when they're not doing the tiki-taka, they exclusively go for the continuous pinpoint through lobs. I mean, when I first started playing PES 2018, I was very frustrated by all the teams resorting to the perfect through lobs over my seemingly oblivious defense, putting their players in easy one-on-one situations with my goalie. I did soon figure out that I had been using last year's reckless attempts to steal back the ball by charging forward with my center backs, leaving plenty of room for the other team's striker or winger to go into the box unopposed, which PES 2018 will always realistically punish you for. This unrealistically aggressive AI is a little out of place, especially in a game where even the corner flag has realistic physics. A game where keeper line of sight is a thing. I mean, look here as De Gea cannot see the ball, so he goes down anyway and ends up saving it with his feet. That said, as soon as I realized that I should backtrack with my defenders and keep my eyes on the players charging forward, defense became significantly easier and more rewarding. So here we see Carvajal's counter intercepted, leaving a big space behind him to be exploited. So Varane backtracks to intercept the ball instead of charging forward.
It's been intercepted.
And here Nacho backtracks to save the team from a one-on-one situation.
Looks to dink one in. Oh, good interception.
And Carvajal sticks to his mark to get the ball back. but you will inevitably face many one-on-one situations, and my advice is, if you have room, try bringing out the keeper to clear the ball, a tactic which also the AI will employ, and which you can sometimes take advantage of.
He's left his man. Rashford, the ball through. Martial! It is a fantastic goal. Oh, that is...
When present, AI defenders will impressively run to cover the goal when the keeper is out.
Has a go.
Alternatively, you can bring your keeper barely out just enough to not get lobbed, yet give him enough time to settle down in his pose so he can pull off a save.
Now it's Austin!
Although this is a far from guaranteed tactic. So yes, defending in PES 2018 forces you to be realistic and cautious, but also, I would prefer if the AI had more variety in its attack, proportional to the attributes of the players on its team. Marking should also be a lot better too. I mean, believe it or not, but Blind is supposed to be marking that Dortmund winger in the game. That all said, the AI isn't invincible, and they do commit mistakes every now and then. I must say that I am still utterly addicted to playing offline, and with all its shortcomings, the gameplay is a different league compared to FIFA, and it's almost never short of gripping action. If a team keeps trying to score by through lobbing your defense, it might be better to choose deep defense line as a defense tactic, which will keep your defenders from advancing ahead, making it more difficult to bypass them with a single pass. The downside is, your right and left backs will not be charging forward, making it difficult to mount attacks from the side, which is a source of many goals for attackers with strong heading capability. A secondary counter-defense tactic bodes very well with a deep defense. You can choose a player who will always stay forward and be ready to receive a long pass when the ball is intercepted. In desperate times, you can have all your players press to steal the ball back. While risking leaving space in the back, this drains stamina, but again, it's desperate and stamina doesn't really matter when you're losing in the final moments of a game. And when all fails, at least you can rely on the keepers in this game to pull out show-stopping saves. Your choice of defense tactics will greatly influence how you choose to attack, which we will cover in the next video, so subscribe if you like this content, and see you in the next one.